welcome to another episode of Hobbylink Japan's Toy Tengoku. I'm Robin.
I'm Ardith.
And last week's episode was amazing, wasn't it?
Boy, that was a long one. It filled wall to wall with great Melankuma art.
Yeah, we're really grateful to you for sticking through that with us. We appreciate that. We knew it was kind of a long one. So this week we're going to try to do a pretty short one here for you.
Yeah, but we had a lot of winners, and that's why it was so long.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've sent out to the winners. We've sent out contacts to everybody, but be sure to check your spam box to just be sure that your browser didn't.
Yeah. A lot of email programs are like, oh, something from Japan, it must be spam.
Must be spam.
So please do check your spam inboxes.
And just find goodies waiting.
Just to be safe.
Alrighty, so this time we're going to have a short and sweet episode.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of a basic, quick tutorial in how to repair stuff. What we have here is we have this figure. This is the lovely Momohime by Alter. She is from Oboro Muramasa.
Oboro Muramasa.
Thank you. Yes, I hope I said that right. And it's a sad fact of life that these things are assembled in pieces. And sometimes they do get subjected to a bit of vibration during shipping. And they can also get subjected to severe changes of temperature in shipping. And that can make the glue forget what it's supposed to be doing. And so you can sometimes get a figure that's come apart in pieces. Now, I'm going to turn this box just a little bit, and I'm hoping that Ryan can make the camera zoom in there so that you can see that this poor, unfortunate young lady has broken in half right at the waist. She didn't, however, really break. It's not a game changer. She can be put back together. She can be restored.
She can be rebuilt.
We can make her better, stronger, faster, cuter. At least we can make her in one piece so that she'll be good to display. And so we just thought we'd give you a really quick rundown on how to do that. So let's get going.
Oh, the humanity!
Oh, the carnage. Yeah, imagine opening your package and finding this. Well, anyway, as you can probably see, it's pretty solid. She's got this peg in the top of her waist, right there, squarish peg, and as you would expect, a gap in the bottom part of her torso, in the upper part of her body, and those two just sort of are supposed to just fit together, just like that. Unfortunately, the glue let go in the shipping, but as I said, we can rebuild her, and that's with. Okay, now. Tell me something.
Yes.
If this had happened to you, what would be your first instinct to use to reattach her?
I think I'd use super glue.
That was my first.
CA.
Yeah, the cyanoacrylate glue.
Whoa.
Super glue, crazy glue, goes by a bunch of different names. That was my first instinct too. However, I decided to ask admin Jim, who works here and who is a award-winning figure kit builder, and he said that two-part epoxy actually works better. He says if you use super glue on something like this, particularly the more liquid, more fast-drying type of super glue, super glue is all fast-drying, I guess. He says if you use it on a repair of this size, you have a real problem in that it may, in fact, dry before you can get the halves back together. Which would, of course, leave residue all over the place, and that would mean when you eventually did get the two parts together, the join wouldn't be quite as clean.
Wow. Now, I know that there have been cases in the past where people have had figures where it was really hot where they were or something, and then a little piece that was just, I don't know. I don't know
for example,
if this is comparable, but like if this was
the
a case of like a bow or something that was on somebody's, hinder. And it just fell off because the glue,
the glue let go.
Wasn't designed. Yeah, and so in that case, super glue was used and it popped back on. But I guess this is a larger area.
Since this is a larger area, what we're going to use is this wonderful stuff. This is wonderful, wonderful stuff. It's real simple to use. Two-part epoxy glue from the nice people at Tamiya. It's really easy. We're going to show you how it works. Put this pretty girl back together. So it's two parts, as you can see, tube A and tube B. And Tamiya is so awesome, they even give you a little tool to mix the parts together with. And I always say, thanks for your generosity, Tamiya. I just used the back of the package to mix it together.
Oh, wow, you get the palette to do it, too.
Yep.
You want me to pull that little plastic jar?
Oh, that would be great if you could do that. That would be wonderful. So this stuff, as you can see, these are little tubes. They don't really look that big. But honestly, this will last you quite a long time, unless you're doing stuff like this all the time. When you open these, you'll notice that the tube is sealed with like a film of foil across the top of it. And if you're like me, you might go running around the house looking for a safety pin to poke a hole in the foil, but you don't really need to do that because, again, Tamiya has thoughtfully provided a little poker thing in the upper half, in the upper surface of the cap. So you just take the cap off, turn it around, and whoa, there it goes. So there's part A. We're just going to squeeze a little bit of part A onto the thing there and cap that up. Open up the B, pierce it open, squeeze a little bit. Now they tell you to do 50% of A and 50% of B. And no, you're not going to, wow. One thing we should mention, it does have a little bit of an odor to it. Woo! You can't measure it 100% accurately, but don't worry about it too much.
Now this has about 3 minutes workable time?
Yep, I believe so, which is a lot longer than super glue gives you, I'll tell you that much. And it sets up in about an hour. So what you want to do is just use your handy little tool and mix that all together like that. Whew, it is fumy. Wow, we're going to have to totally turn on the fans. So, once you've got those two parts mixed together really well, you can just use the tool. And I'm just going to apply it carefully here. Now I'm kind of slopping it on here. One advantage to where this figure broke, as you can see, I've applied the glue to the peg in the waist there. One good thing about where this figure broke is that it's in the middle, and it's in a place where the overhang of her obi belt here is going to conceal the repair. And that works out really well.
So you wouldn't put that on both sides, you'd only put it on one?
No, not necessarily. No, you'd only put it on one side. So then you just go ahead, pop that right in place. Okay, one thing we should tell you is you're going to need to put quite a lot of the glue on there.
A lot more than we showed.
A lot more than we showed. And also in a large join area like this, I think it's also not a bad idea to put it on each surface, on each side, so that when you stick them together, you have two areas of the glue together. But this stuff does get sticky and set up really quick. She's been sitting here for a few minutes and she's feeling a lot more sturdy.
Now it says that it has maximum, what do they call it? The maximum
working time?
Well, the working time is 3 minutes, but the maximum, what did you, strength of the...
full bonding strength time, 1 hour.
1 hour. And it's been, what, probably 10 minutes?
It's been maybe 10 minutes, yeah.
And we haven't bent her forward to see how successful it is.
Yeah,
so.
We've been trying to keep the join completely vertical so that we're putting as little stress on the glue area as possible, because she's got a certain amount of weight. But anyway, we hope that if you happen to have a figure that might come in with a problem, a little bit of a problem, we're hoping that that stuff might be helpful for you too.
We're going to see if it works.
All right, let's give it a try. Please stick together, honey.
Here we go.
All right. There she is. Fantastic.
And that's after 10 minutes.
Technology, friends.
Full bonding strength in an hour.
Yep.
Looks like that'll do great.
Yeah. Well, I guess that'll do it for this time. Oh, my heart is pounding. I don't know about you, but that made me really nervous.
Well, it does say to give it an hour.
Yeah,
and, you know, we have to shoot quick, so we're kind of like, is this going to work or not? But yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
But for best to be safe, leave yours for an hour.
Or at least an hour. Sure. Overnight is best. I mean, overnight is, you know, really the best.
And you don't need to put it in a visor or anything to hold it together. Just, you know,
someplace where it won't be disturbed.
Right. Yeah. So you'd probably want to rest her. You know what works really well? If you actually have a tissue box. Or something like that. I mean, I like to use a tissue box and, you know, widen out the top of it and keep the tissues in there. And then you can kind of lay your figure in there.
That's a good idea.
It kind of settles within the tissues.
That's a good idea.
But still, the box helps support.
Looks a little better than my pile of towel, too. Well, anyway, there you go. Yeah. She's back together. And we hope that that might help you out, too. Next time, we'll hope to have a figure to look at, and we'll look forward to seeing you then. And as always, we appreciate the YouTube comments and the comments on Hobbylink.tv.
Also on Hobbylink.tv. So
and on Facebook.
Check us out. Yeah, Facebook, there's going to be photos of, you know, Ryan will take photos in detail of what we've seen today.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess that'll wrap it up for this time, okay?
Okay, thanks for stopping by, and we will see you next time
on Toy Tengoku.